Hello everybody, just a quick update on the state of the painting for myself, my collection. As someone asked me the other day on the Herohammer group if they could see my Orc and Goblin collection of miniatures, but I'll just do a quick video on that, and yeah, so it's good for me to see my own progress as well. So yeah, I've rebased all the river trolls and also the other miniatures such as the ball boys, the characters, yeah, all the orcs, everything has been rebased apart from the cavalry models. So still need to work on that. The river troll is a new addition that I had worked on in a painting video many months ago, and after doing the Flail of Skulls podcast with Joe about the Orc and Goblins, I was painting that at the same time, just finishing it off. But yeah, that's 40 night goblins there, including the archer, the 4 archer variant models as well to make it 40. I had 36 before. Yeah, rebased all the archers so that they all face forward instead of on the diagonal as they were before. Put the netters in their own little unit of 20, including a standard and a champion and a musician. So yeah, had fun sort of, you know, going over this whole army again and retouching up. So I did a lot of touching up too. So, you know, a lot of these paint jobs, the original stuff that I had was like, you know, over 20 years old. So, and trying to match them up to the army books and the studio color schemes and that kind of thing. I did a banner for Diego's Orc Ball Riders that he has on his store at Nightmare Games. As it was missing a banner, and I tried to make one that's sort of similar to the one in the book, in the Orc Goblins 4th edition book. Grong has been rebased as well, and I touched him up as well, and yeah, just sort of made the yellows really well. I think it was bone before, and I just changed everything to yellow, so I wanted to make it more authentic to the same color scheme as the one in the studio. The Wyvern also got a touch up, and I repainted the rider. That's a Kev Adams design, like he's converted it for me and that kind of thing. So I repainted parts of that as well, and I enjoy the colors more now. The breastplate's all in yellow, and it's got all the sort of, you know, the black sort of squiggle lines to give it some more detail and more character. The banners I really hate a lot. I think they're awful, so I'm going to do the banners again for that thing. Probably wondering why it's on its side, because this is the old lead type of wyvern, so the necks will always droop, and it was sitting in my cabinet standing up, and the neck was right, the chin of it is sitting the glass, so I have to rest it on its side, and then when I play with it, obviously I can play with it with the rider and the chair on it and that kind of thing, and when it's not in play, then it has to lay on its side. The other 2 things I'm doing at the moment, and I try to do, and I'll get them done hopefully this month, as it is October, and this is a bit of a special video on that, is getting the cavalry bases done, and so they all fit in with everything else, because they're all still on the old bases that I did many moons ago, and they still need to be yeah, redone with the goblin green and sanded like everything else to match in. I've got some Man of War ships painted, very basic, you know, nothing too flash, because they're just basic models, and these are just the starter set ones. I did everything in metallic too. There's no non-metallic on these guys, and the banners, like the black was like fairly grayish, not really black, so I just went over it with some paint and did a couple of highlights, so they look fine. You know, they look just nice as a starter set for the pirates, and I just need to do the Imperial fleet as well, and perhaps we can get some games of Man of War in on the channel at some point. Working on my Space Orcs, I've been really looking forward to starting this project, and I've sort of grabbed a couple of models. This is way in, you know, early stages of painting, so it's nothing is final on it. I did the pants in blue and gave it some little moon crests on there just to vary up the colors, and so not everything was yellow. yeah, really great model, and just happy to be starting it finally. In a large collection of stuff I got from David Schooley, so thank you, David, again. I think this one's from my mate Mustafa from in Japan. We did some trading, and I got this Bad Moon knob, and I started it ages ago, and I finished painting it, and I was really happy with getting that done. It just needs a back banner, so I can do that. You've probably seen this before, maybe, but that's one of the Nightmare Games Gretchen miniatures that Cav Adams has designed for them. So they're available on the store now at Nightmare Games. So I got a set of 11 in the Kickstarter originally for those. And these are my Orc knobs. That's an Orc Goth knob with a plasma pistol and a power claw or power fist. And yeah, just a regular Orc Scarboy. So they're the very early beginnings of a 40k second edition army, and I've already got the miniatures out to prime and paint. So that should be a 750 point starter force that I'll play with Paul at some point, probably next year, I'd say. I love this model. After talking to David in the latest podcast, we talked about 40k, and he asked me about my favourite 40k model. I think this would be, of the Orc range, this is probably what would be my favourite, I think. The Bad Moon Warlord. Yeah, really great model. Now, apart from that, on the Goblin and Orc side, I've made some small additions to my Dwarf Army as well. So I've repainted all the hammerers. They were like in a yellow and black colour scheme. I just had this vision of them, you know, driving to work one day, that they would look really nice, and more Herohammer in red and blue and white, and of course it would match Thorgrim. Now Thorgrim, maybe you have not seen it, but yeah, I finished Thorgrim about a month or so ago. So I really wanted the, you know, the King's Guard to match the colour scheme. It looked really odd that they're in yellow and black and he's in white and blue, and it just the yellow and black just didn't fit in my mind. It fits for like an Imperial army. If you're doing dwarves for like for the Empire, they would really look nice in that colour scheme. But yeah, I just decided to change it. For the Call of the Crown, I've got Felix and Gotrek. They're now finished and in the cabinet. So if I wasn't part of this challenge, they probably wouldn't have got painted this last month. So I'm really glad they got those done. I went over all the beards on my Slayers and made them more vibrant and orange, so to match Gotrek as well. And I've sort of just started doing some of the Bugmans and sort of brightening them up a bit, so the flesh tones are quite dark, and the boots I'm changing to red and that kind of thing. What else? Oh, I sort of done some work on the war machine, so you know, changing the colours a little bit, so the organ guns wheels are yellow and that kind of thing. Yeah, basically I'm just going through the whole Herohammer sort of, you know, painting scheme, change and update to my army. Even though it's not very old, it's just that I wanted to make it pop on the table. I was looking at the iron breakers and how I was going to do that. I think I'm just going to, yeah, well, I'm still thinking about it. I'm not 100% decided, but the shields are going to definitely go, and I'm going to replace those with just, you know, standard Warhammer shields that I can paint the icons on them. And the banners, I'm now leaning towards like the proper, you know, paper banners, keeping it all old school. Like the one I did here, which is like a photocopy that I painted over from the army book. So yeah, Skaven, nothing has really been updated for Skaven, unfortunately. It's just sort of taken a big break from this. It was going to be part of my challenge, but then in the end I just decided it just wasn't their time. I needed to finish off other stuff, so I've got the dwarves that I want to keep going with and trying to finish off, and this month I'll do some more additions to the Orc and Goblin army with another 3 Boar Boys. I'm going to make that unit of 9. I've still got another one to paint up, which is going to be my Morgrim's next snapper. But yeah, I mean, it's coming in, you know, slowly but surely. I've got other stuff to paint for other people as well, so that's sort of slowing progress down most of the time. So I hope to clear that up by the end of the year and then I can sort of close the book on commissions for a long time and just sort of concentrate on doing the things I love to do, which is my own stuff. So, but quick commissions are also, you know, very, you know, always welcome at certain points of the year when I need the cash to buy hobby stuff or to trade stuff for with people. I still got Georg's Taurus, great Taurus there, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to send it back to him, but when the post in Japan finally allows us to send things overseas, he'll have that back on his shelf again. So that's it, guys. That's the update on the studio here. But you can always get in contact with us through Facebook at the Crown of Command podcast community page, and there's like a group page as well. That's like a closed group that people post their Call of the Crown entries in and that kind of thing, and discuss more different stuff about the Herohammer hobby. But there's the Herohammer Warhammer 4th and 5th edition group as well on Facebook, which is a great community that people are sharing a lot of their Herohammer love with. So, and Discord as well. We've got a Discord group now for the Crown of Command. So if you want to come on, if Discord's more your thing, come on there, because it's going to be really active now. We've got over 40 members in there now, and we've got like voice channel chats and that kind of thing at night when people are painting and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all very active. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.